It was the day before Halloween, and as usual, Allison had procrastinated on finding a costume. All the stores were picked clean, and she was starting to worry she'd be stuck wearing last year's lame outfit. That's when she spotted it. A strange, dimly lit shop at the end of the street she hadn't noticed before. The old crooked sign above the door read, "Morgana's Mystical Attire." Curious, she stepped inside. The air was thick with the scent of old wood and incense, and racks of extravagant costumes lined the walls, velvet cloaks, ornate masks, and glittering gowns. Behind the counter stood an elderly woman with sharp eyes and a cryptic smile. "Looking for something special, dear?" the woman asked, her voice like a creaking door. Allison explained her dilemma, and the old woman nodded thoughtfully before disappearing into the back room. Moments later, she returned with a box, dusty and worn, like it had been hidden away for years. "This is just what you need," the woman said, her smile widening as she opened the lid to reveal a costume unlike any Allison had seen before. It was a Victorian-style dress, deep crimson with intricate lace and shimmering black accents. Despite its age, the fabric felt cool and soft under her fingers. "It's perfect," Allison breathed, already imagining how stunning she'd look at the party. The woman's eyes gleamed. "Oh, it's more than perfect, dear. But once you put it on, you mustn't take it off until the night is over." Allison laughed, brushing off the strange warning as the shopkeeper's attempt to build mystery. She paid for the costume and hurried home, eager to try it on. That night, as she slipped into the dress, something odd happened. The moment it touched her skin, Allison felt a shiver run down her spine. The fabric seemed to mold to her body, fitting perfectly, almost too perfectly. But it looked amazing, and the eerie vibe only added to the costume's allure. Her reflection in the mirror was mesmerizing. She felt powerful, mysterious, like she'd stepped out of another time. At the party, everyone was in awe. Compliments flew, and Allison basked in the attention. But as the night wore on, she started feeling different. It wasn't just the usual excitement or buzz from the party. It was as if the costume was affecting her thoughts. Her movements became more graceful, but more rigid, too, like a puppet being pulled by invisible strings. Strange whispers echoed in her mind, voices she couldn't understand. Then the strange things started happening. Whenever Allison tried to leave the room, people would stare at her, their eyes wide with fear, as though she had done something horrible. She caught her reflection in a mirror and gasped. The woman staring back at her wasn't her anymore. Her face was pale and hollow, her eyes sunken and dark, like something from a nightmare. Panicked, she rushed to the bathroom and tried to pull the dress off, but it wouldn't budge. The fabric clung to her like a second skin, tightening every time she tried to tear it away. She could feel it now, something moving beneath the material, like the dress itself was alive. Desperate, Allison fled the party and ran home. She locked herself in her room and frantically searched for scissors or anything to cut through the cursed costume. But no matter what she did, it was useless. The dress seemed to be growing tighter, merging with her body, binding her to its cursed history. Suddenly the voices became clear, whispering tales of the souls who had worn the costume before her. They had been drawn to its beauty, just like she was. But once they put it on, they were trapped, forced to live out the lives of those who had died wearing it. Allison looked into the mirror again, and this time, she didn't see herself at all. A ghostly figure stared back at her, a woman from a time long gone, dressed in the very same gown. The whispers filled her mind, drowning her thoughts, until she couldn't remember her own name. The last thing Allison saw before her reflection disappeared entirely was the faint smile of the ghost, taking her place. The next morning, Morgana's shop was gone, and the old sign hanging above the door read simply, "For rent." The haunted costume had claimed its next victim, waiting for the next unsuspecting soul to come looking for something special. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment for more videos.